So grip-wise, we just tweaked that left hand a bit today. Now, you're not going to see a massive difference necessarily. I'm going to show you sort of a little checkpoint there for you. If I draw a line up the club shaft here, and then draw a line up the club shaft there, on a line there somewhere, okay, you can see that sort of part of your left wrist now is a bit more on that yellow line, whereas this one's a bit further round. And in fact, your right hand in some ways is more over, rather than sort of in a sort of more neutral position there, okay? So if we can get your hand on the club better, start that club, say, off towards your left thigh with your left hand. What you want to see there, Andy, is the 2 knuckles there of your left hand. That's the key thing. 2, maybe even not 3, okay, to start with, okay? Because that's going to get your hand to be able to come back to its natural orientation, which hangs down like this, you see? That's how you want your hand to hang on the golf club. There you go, exactly. Yeah, there you go. And when we set the golf club down, especially with these clubs, make sure we can see the full black face, okay? If we turn him in to toe it this way, you've got no loft on that golf club anyway, so if you do get a good strike, it's going to be a real low smother, or if you put your old swing into play, you open the club face back up, it's still going to slice to the right in any case. So, oh yeah, exactly. I've seen some proper like toed in, like almost 45 degrees, okay? Now in terms of the swing, as we said, from the top of the backswing, we're getting a good turn out to the top of the backswing here, okay? The movement now, and if I put this line on here, now this would represent kind of the wall, this yellow line, okay? As you start down, okay, you're going to move into that wall with your left hip, okay? So I just zoom in there so you can see where your hip is. There you go. See look at the gap there. Now watch this close. See? So you move into that left side, okay? And this is getting that hip movement there, okay? As we come into impact, this again will seem a minor little change, but we see the ball flight's improved massively, okay? At impact there's your impact, okay? Your hands now are kind of there on the ball, so not quite in front, okay? Compare that to this one here now as we come back down. There's impact there. We have a different colour. There's impact there. Your hands are back there. So you probably move your hands forward maybe like 2 or 3 degrees. Doesn't seem a lot, does it, when you look at that? You feel like you're doing this. Yeah, you could go, I mean, ideally speaking, you're probably, before was there, and ideal would be kind of there, maybe a little bit. So if you think, So if you can see how much you've moved there, and it feels massive, doesn't it? To move that much again would just seem so far. Your brain would be like, oh hell no. So we'll always do it a little bit at a time and just get yourself moving that hand slightly. So at impact, okay, if you use that wall drill, and again, you can do this at home if you want to, okay? Left heel on the wall, hand at position again. Now, do this if you can do. If you want to get someone to put their hand on the side of your head to stop your head moving, because we don't want to be doing this into the wall, okay? I'm going to go left hip, so my head's not moving, you see, yeah? Just pushing my left hip into that wall, so my left leg kind of extends, this hip sliding, and then my hand into the wall this way, okay? So we're doing this movement. It's not that movement, or certainly not this sort of twist.
Right. You see it like it's more fluid, and mine was all clunky. I mean, it's just like.
I mean, this is kind of, believe it or not. Remember when the craze flossing came out with the kids? Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking whilst you were doing it. Then
I had kids.
I didn't want to rip the piss.
I know, exactly. And generally, when I had kids come for coaching, like, missed their first, I said, right, can you floss? And then everyone, yeah, I can floss. So I had all these kids started like doing their floss. I said, right, how are your hips moving? Your hips are doing all this kind of movement, okay? Back and forth this way and all that kind of whatever. I said, that's what your hips doing the golf swing. Hips going to move this way, okay? And what your arms doing, they're nice and loose. If you stiffen your arms up and like a robot, okay, it's all very stiff and jaggedy, okay? So it's getting that movement where your hips move, yeah. And like I said, it would be something that an adult would naturally do, not flossing but throwing a ball. They would just sort of go this way. You would never throw a ball and spin your hips this way and turn back on your right side and throw your arm across it, because it just wouldn't feel natural. If you're going to throw a club or throw, it's almost automatically momentum would take you to the target and your hips would go that way to follow, okay? It just wouldn't be a natural move to spin. So working on that movement there, okay? So if we use that line, as we said, at the wall, hips move to the wall, head stays back, hands to the wall, okay? So work on that impact. But to have that good impact, you have to have a good grip to start with. If the grip's too weak and you put your hands to the wall, the face now will be over there somewhere, which it was in the past, which will encourage, let's swing it this way. And that's the big change you've got trying to get up, okay? So get that left hand, get that left hand. Again, if you think about your left hand, when you put your left hand on the golf club, almost look at how your right hand's hanging next to it, and they should look fairly similar, okay, yeah? So when you're holding the club there now, these 2 knuckles here, are more visible, and then your right palm just comes on as you go, just facing to us. I guess your right thumb just covers your left, and perfect. There you go, lovely. And now, that's fine. Yeah, don't smother it over. Yeah, it just sits on, comes on the back there, lovely, exactly. So your hands are working as one unit. They're relaxed, they're loose, they're controlled, and you can return that club back to the ball square. Yeah. So when you send some vids from next, if you can, I don't know what range you go to, but you've got a chance to sort of stand in front or get someone sort of filming this way or hold a camera this way or whatever it may be, but get a face-on vision if we can. We can start seeing that hip movement and see that hand movement.
What, so if I was here, you want
I want the camera on here if needs be, yeah. So there might be a...
stand 2 bays together.
Oh,
so
fine. Oh, perfect, that's fine. As long as you've got a spare bay, that's absolutely fine. You can stand up here, do it from directly 90 degrees to target to where, so if he sort of gets in front, he might get hit by a golf ball.
I mean, he's alright, man. He's paying for all his balls.
Oh, there you go, exactly, yeah, happy days. So he can do that and stuff.
Out,
Oh, happy days. So he can, for 2 seconds. And don't have to send like loads of different swings. 3 or 4 is fine. Don't have every single shot. You'll see a good sort of sample of what you've done if just from sort of 3 or 4. So left hand grip, hands in front, and get that hip movement to the side, yeah?
Well, get around. If I did this tomorrow...
Stick with 5 wood. I stick with your 5 wood only. Yeah. It's got more loft, bit shorter. Off the tee, use a little tiny red tee. Don't way up in the air, just a little red tee will be enough, okay? Yeah. And then the rest of the shots off the ground. You could try them off the ground if you wanted to, or stick with sort of 6 or 7, like maybe 5 if you're feeling a bit fruity if you've warmed up a little bit. But yeah, 6, 7, 9, and then obviously the shorter ones as we get down to them. And then what we'll do next lesson, we'll get on the golf course, we'll watch you play 2 or 3 holes with these clubs on the course and discuss decisions to be made on the golf course.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Right, so we say tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Don't use 4, don't use 5.
No, I generally avoid 4 as probably it's just there's not enough loft on it.
Well, it's my go-to club, see. So
if you hit it good and you feel confident, we'll try a couple now with it, see how it goes again. If you feel confident with it,
I did last time at the club, the driving range, and it was crap.
Yeah, with that amount of over the top and smoke, it's going to be a tough club to use. Okay, so we'll see how it goes and get it for try from them. Okay.